What's going on, you guys? This is Ian McKenzie with Average Rose Fit Media, and I am coming to you from my car. So I've got another cool transformation story. Before we get into it, please check out averagebrosfitmedia.com. Go check out the podcast. Everything on there is to help you understand that you have what it takes already to make the changes without a trainer. You are your own greatest inspiration, and you are your own fitness hero. So the cool thing about this girl's story is that she has some incredible approaches to the changes she made in her life, and some things that were a little bit more specific, far more important going into preparing for a diet or a workout plan that I'm going to share with you guys, because it's cool stuff. This is the thing that needs to be shared with people, the stuff she did, the stuff she told me about, because it's really damn cool. So here's the deal. Lainey decided that she needed to change after going through so much stuff in her life. And her biggest weight gain, her initial weight gain, happened in high school. She went through a lot of depression. She went through so many low points in her life that she ended up graduating high school weighing about 280 pounds. Up until that point, she was a collegiate athlete, right? Or a high school athlete, sorry. She was a lacrosse player. And after she graduated high school, she decided to take that into college, and she signed on as a collegiate lacrosse player. But the thing is that depression and anxiety can lead you to so many bad places, and it carried on into college to a point where spending all this time being an athlete and weighing that much took away from all the other things she needed to focus on in life. So she wasn't being social, her diet was suffering, workouts were suffering. She was exhausted from giving all of this time to being a collegiate athlete, dealing with her weight. She had gotten to a point where she tried to commit suicide, and thank the Lord she did not succeed. But that is when she hit her turning point. Getting out of school was also tough, because as she went back into the workforce, she had to get surgery for her knee, so she had to recover from that. A lot of things had to happen until she got to a point in January 2020 when she decided she wanted to take the first steps into change. In January of 2020, she decided that she was going to make some small changes to start tackling and chipping away at her weight a little bit. She started drinking more water and eating more vegetables, and she started doing squats regularly. This was when she lost her first 20 pounds. And then COVID hit, and shit hit the fan for everybody, right? She had a lot of time to think and reflect during those months of COVID, but what ended up happening is that she decided she had two roads she could take. Either the pain of going through something new that would cause her to change, or the pain, which I believe is far worse, the pain of knowing that you never changed, the pain of knowing that you stayed in the same place where you started. So naturally, she decided to go with change, which helped her. It made her change. It was so good. And this is that story. We're going to go down that road. The first step that she did that really I want to drive home in this video is the idea of making certain things habits, making hobbies out of the small changes, which is an amazing approach. The main reason for her doing that is because up until that point, from like 2011 to 2020, she had done everything pretty much the typical way, right? She had a couple gym memberships, she had a trainer, diet, everything, you name it, meal plans. Nothing had worked for that whole time. And she knew that everything she had done to that point, she had to do the complete opposite. She had to totally give herself to the patience of building something that is sustainable and habitual. So as she said, she would do one thing, small thing, build a habit out of it, then move to the next thing, build a habit out of it, so on and so forth, so that it became a hobby. She adjusted her greens and her water intake. She leveled that out. After the greens and the water, she upped her protein, right? These are the changes she made, but she compounded them over time. She didn't do all of them at once. She dealt with one, only one, made that part of her plan, then she dealt with the next. And the cool thing about what ended up happening is that once she got her diet all in check, which took a full year, by the way, this was the time she took to establish everything and get her mind right. A full year. Then she was able to do the research, which is the exact opposite of what we are always told, which is do the research, then go into the plan. She decided to do it the other way, which I think is the way we need to go for changing our bodies dramatically. Couple takeaways from her diet plan, and I apologize, this is definitely the abridged version of her story, but I want to give you guys the crucial details to help you. When she was doing her diet, she didn't focus on the amount or the calories that she was getting in. She just focused, again, on the things that she could turn into habits with her diet. So for her, one change, make it a habit, next change, make it a habit, but again, not focusing on the calorie count. She would do higher protein, work that in, try to take away from the processed foods, try to work in at least one serving of vegetables a day, and then it became a real strict, easy to follow thing, right? But because she wasn't skimping on the calories, she could comfortably work in a cheat meal without having to worry about screwing everything up. And this is when I'm going to read off a sample diet that she provided. So if you want to do things her way, here's a diet you can follow. So for breakfast, 4 eggs, no yolks, spinach, 2 slices of Ezekiel bread with, I can't believe it's not butter, right? Snack, I want protein sticks, so protein sticks, right? It could be a protein bar maybe. Brown rice, 1/2 avocado, and a 4-ounce salmon for lunch. And then for another snack, a diamatized protein shake. Dinner, roasted Brussels sprouts, 4-ounce grilled chicken, and 1/2 sweet potato. Dessert, Greek yogurt with granola and dark chocolate chips. Lot of food, but again, to her point, very good clean foods the whole way through. I will cap off the video by just saying that she fell in love with fitness. She fell in love with fitness and she worked her way to compete at the Summer Shredding Classic, which is an amazing, unbelievable accomplishment, going from her heaviest, which was, I think, 330 pounds in December of 2019, to where she is right now. She is down over 150 pounds from her 330, her heaviest in the December of 2019. So to be able to take all this on stage is, it cannot be put into words how amazing that is, that she did that, she had the courage to do that, and I highly suggest you guys do the same, because it really puts things into perspective and it gives you an understanding of how far you've actually come in that fitness journey.